What we're going to do now is spend a brief span of time fixing the translate X direction of the feet. So here's a great reason why we want to make sure we check out our animation in multiple views. Otherwise, we might have missed this where our character is slightly off balance here. But let's fix this, and we'll start with the right foot. Okay, and with it selected, we'll go into our perspective and graph editor view and frame our translate X. Okay, so what we want to do is fix this step up as the character is stepping up here. We want this foot to come out so he'll stay balanced. So first off, we want to make sure that we have a key where his foot is planted just before he's starting to move forward, and we sure do on frame 19. So now we could go to where he steps up on frame 26 and plants his foot in the Y, and we'll go ahead and translate it over until where he's no longer off balance. Great. So there's our step up, and now we need to have basically have another pose where his foot is just staying planted rather than sliding around in the X as it is now. Okay, just before he steps up again, and that key is on frame 39. So what we can do is select this key on frame 26, take the value here, this text field, copy it, that's the value of the key, then select this key on 39 and paste it. Then we'll hit enter, and there we go. Now our keys have the same position, and therefore our character's foot is going to stay planted right where we want it to be. Okay, so now we need to adjust this pose on frame 50 all the way until frame 73. So rather than moving this key down and then moving that one afterwards, we can move both of them at the same time as long as they're on the same plane. So let's do that. We'll select both of our keys, and we'll shift the middle mouse button, click and drag down some. Okay, a little bit more to fix their pose. Alright. Okay, so now characters has better balance, but we need to fix this knee. Okay, the knee is coming out, giving it a weird bend. So let's select the knee control, and on frame 50, let's translate the knee forward and a little bit over in the X to fix its pose, and we could also check out the keys that we're setting. Alright, great. And now we'll need to fix it on frame 72. So on 70, let's translate it over and bring it forward, just like what we did on frame 50. Okay, so that right knee is now fixed. Okay, and our character stay in balance. We're going to need to plant that foot, but we'll get to that pretty soon. Okay, let's do a minor adjustment to the left foot now. We'll select its translate X and begin here. So as it's stepping up, let's actually have it step in so that it's a little bit more closer to the center of the body. Okay, we want to keep the feet about standing position apart, and it's close to there. It's just about there, but we could bring it in a little bit closer than it is right now. So what we need to do is first find out how long the foot is planted. It's supposed to be planted until. Okay, so it's going to be planted until from frames 34 all the way to 85. And we already have a key here on 29, so when it moves up, it's going to shift correctly when we go ahead and adjust these two keys. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that now. We'll go to frame 34, select the keys from frames 34 all the way to 85. Let's just marquee select them. And we'll hold shift and middle mouse button, click and drag down. Okay, to fix their pose. Alright, let's see how this looks. We scrub through. Alright, that's looking pretty good. I think we could take this key on frame 93 and bring that down to bring the left foot closer in. Alright, great. So with these things done, that wraps up our translate X right now for the feet, and we're now ready to go ahead and move on to the next lesson where we'll continue animating the steps.